Hi, good evening. Today we are going to see about child rights, concept of child rights and definition of child rights. India is home to almost 90% of the world children. Children, more than one third of country's population, around 440 million, is below 18 years old. According to one assumption, 40% of these children are in need of care and protection, which indicates the extent of the problem. In a country like India, with its multicultural, multi-ethnic and multi-religious population, the problems of socially are marginalized and economically backward groups are immense. According to 2001 census report, amongst all persons living with disabilities, 35.9% were children and young adults in the 0 to 19 age group. The 3 out of 5 children in the age group of 0 to 9 years have been reported to be visually impaired. So, concept of child. What is a concept and definition of child? A child is typically defined as a young human being below the age of adulthood or legal majority. This age may vary from one country to another. But generally, a child is recognized as someone who has not yet reached the age where they are considered legally responsible for their actions. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, UNCRC, defines a child as any person under the age of 18 unless the age of majority is attained earlier under a country's law. A child is defined as a human being under the age of 18 years old unless national law recognizes an earlier age of the majority. This is the definition used in UNC on the rights of the child. Principles and concepts of child. Principles and concepts related to child rights. Before that, we should see what is child rights. Child rights are basic human rights that specifically apply to children. They include the right to be protected from violence, abuse and harm, the right to education, health care, food and shelter, the right to play and recreation and more. These rights are meant to ensure children can grow and reach their full potential. So now we are going to see about principles and concepts related to child rights. So principles, the first one is non-discrimination. Every child has the right to enjoy all the rights without discrimination of any kind, regardless of their race, color, sex, language, religion, nationality, social origin, disability, birth or other status. The next one is best interest of a child. The best interest of a child must be a primary consideration in all actions concerning children, including decisions made by institutions, courts or authorities. The next, right to life, survival and development. It is most important. Children have the inherent right to life and should have access to basic necessities such as health care, education and a standard of living adequate for their physical, mental, spiritual, moral and social development. The most important is protection from violence, abuse and exploitation. Nowadays, most of the children are facing violence, abuse and exploitation. So we should protect them from all the forms of physical and mental violence, abuse, neglect and exploitation and harm. Then another one is right to participation. Children have the right to express their views on matters affecting them and to have those views taken into account in accordance with their age and maturity. Then right to education. Every child has the right to education that should be directed towards developing their personality, talents and abilities to the fullest potential. Then next one is healthcare and adequate standard of living. Children have the right to access healthcare services, adequate nutrition, shelter and a standard of living that is conducive to their physical and mental development. The last one is very important, identity and family. Children have the right to preserve their identity, including nationality, name and family relations. These rights serve as a framework to ensure that children are protected, nurtured and given the opportunity to reach their full potential in a safe and supportive environment. Governments, societies, and individuals all share the responsibility of upholding and respecting these rights. In India, the definition of a child across varies across different laws and status, and it's important to note that differ based on specific purpose or context of the law. Thank you.